Hello everybody, welcome back. Just a real quick video then that I'm going to make as we've been making some big moves today. So we'll start by quick looking at the Bitcoin dominance. I'm just going on the 4 hourly. It makes a little bit more, not more sense, but it's a bit more interesting to look at. So yeah, we're looking to break down this area of support that we're literally at, and I'd probably say breaking at the moment, at this very moment in time. If this area breaks, then we are going to come down to this area here to test this little area here of 70. We could call it 70, but once that area is taken out, then it really would be a big drop for us at that point. It really would be a big drop, and we probably see a real reversal at that stage between alts pumping, as Bitcoin could even be reversing, you know, and retracing. And if you watch my videos, you know that I'm relatively bearish on Bitcoin at the moment. And a quick overview of the reasons why is we're looking at Bitcoin here on the daily chart, and it is you know, there's a few reasons. I make videos quite regularly, but just very recently I've noticed when we're looking at the Ichimoku clouds, we're about to have the baseline and the conversion line make a cross on the daily chart, and we're underneath the cloud, and the cloud is red, so that would suggest a big sell-off, to be honest with you. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen, as you can see that blue there. If that crosses beneath that baseline red, that deep sort of red one there, that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're looking to confirm. Once that's confirmed, we get a big cross on that one. We really are going to be looking at a significant reversal, I think, at that stage. And when I say reversal, I mean we're talking, initially we're looking at perhaps maybe $1,000 move down, but then the problem with that is that once that starts to break down these barriers here, we've got less support, and our support to be taken out. The first one will be knocked out, no problem at all. This one here, which is completely smashed and demolished. Then we've got the areas here all the way down at 9,200 to 9,000, and when that gets broken down, we're actually just going to be riding on these exponentials. Well, this one exponential, which is our only one left, which is the 200, which is going to be pretty strong. So let's face it, we'll have a bit of a nice bounce on that one. But yeah, it will be going into the 8,000s, I'd say, before a reversal. Some people say 6,000, but I'd say that this cross would signify a move that would inevitably take us into the 8,000s. Anyway, moving on from that, we look at this chart. This chart is the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, so this is all the money involved in crypto, apart from the money in Bitcoin. And we look at this every now and then, and if we look at it today, we can see that we've had this huge pump across the board, and what has been a pretty bearish looking chart has now got a little glimmer of hope about it. Because if this makes a cross here, this would be a golden cross, only on a 4 hourly, but it's better than nothing, because when we had a death cross, you could see the sort of move that took, the implication of that. So a reverse of that it was probably not going to be a move like this. It's not going to retrace all that, you know, regain all this up to there just on a golden cross on the 4 hourly, but it would be a start. And when we look on the daily, we see a slightly more depressing overview of it, as it's still looking pretty steep, but this big move here is definitely going to help in curving this. Now, if you watch my channel, I've been saying that we're not looking to sort of make big moves on the alts until around November, when this would naturally curve its way out and actually find a golden cross on the daily, which would count for a lot more on the 4 hourly. That would suggest a true trend change. But, you know, I'll take the 4 hourly, you know, over nothing. Yeah, so like I say, November-ish time, it could happen before, it could happen after, but around, before the end of the year, we should see a golden cross on this daily, and that would suggest the trend change. Now, if you don't really know how moving averages work, just in a nutshell, you know, exponentials are quite important when it comes to things like Bitcoin and alts in general, because they're so volatile, they move up and down so freely. So you want to look at all moving averages have a point, but the exponentials, to me, are a little more important. And ideally, for a perfect setup and a perfect sort of bullish trend, what you want to see is you want to see all the exponentials from top to bottom, from the smallest to the highest amounts, lined up like a big massive rainbow. That would suggest a trend like this. I mean, I imagine if I had all my exponentials up at this stage here, that's what we'd see. We'd see a big colourful spread rainbows, and you know, these will be bouncing off certain ones of them. You know, they're not just stopping for no reason. They'll be bouncing on various timed exponentials, and again, you know, these would be falling on them too. And the fact that we broke down beneath the 200 exponential is always a bearish sign. Being underneath a 200 exponential is a bearish sign. You want to be above all of them ideally, and and if you're beneath them, you don't want to be beneath the ones that have the largest time frames. So just moving on, just very briefly, we talked about Bitcoin. I like to look at EOS as a bit of a precursor as to what's happening with the alt markets. We'll look at it here on the daily chart. We've had some nice sort of moves recently, and do we have that golden cross on the daily? No, we don't, but we did have it on the 4 hourly, and it's actually formed over a few days ago actually, so we do have that, and this is that sort of colourful rainbow spread that I'm talking about for a continuation in trend. So we've got lowest time frames moving up to, what's the smallest one I've got set up here, the 7-day close, the 10-day close, 21-day close, 50, 200. So this is what I'm talking about for something that has likelihood of a continuation and a nice looking setup of your moving averages, like a nice sort of rainbow spread, depending on what colours you've set them at anyway. So where are we going from here? Well, we've just got to keep our eyes on this chart. We want to see this golden cross form on the 4 hourly. That would be a very good sign. But what's going to happen in the short term? I imagine we're going to have some pullbacks because this chart here is all the coins, all the crap coins, all the good coins and the ones in between, sort of all weighing each other down and pushing each other up. And also we want to see a retracement. Oh, my time's over, but I'm not paying for this, by the way. But yeah, my time's over. But we want to see this retrace beneath 69, and then we would see a real reversal in the way that these things move. So it's just early days, really. It's just early. It's just one day, and you know what one day in cryptocurrency land is like. It could all change tomorrow, but it's looking good. So I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. Take it easy.